Hello, I'm Kevin Finn, the founder of ACT International based in the UK. This message goes out to all British businessmen, all investors that have participated in any investment in South Africa, as well as to the British government. We have a situation in South Africa which has seen a decay of policy, a breakdown of infrastructure, corruption on a huge scale, and there has to be accountability. And we're going to start off with Bell Pottinger. The message here goes to the British government, where we're calling on the investigation and the shutdown of Bell Pottinger entirely. Now, I don't know how many British people are aware that Bell Pottinger started a narrative in South Africa based on a procurement by Jacob Zuma, who's a corrupt individual, who has captured South Africa, who has broken the economy out of his idiocy, huge corruption, diabolical circumstances, and he has always got away with it. Now, several years ago, Jacob Zuma procured Bell Pottinger in South Africa to start this horrible dialogue that was introduced and injected into South Africa about this white privilege. It was a distraction agenda. It was a distraction exercise to take away focus off Jacob Zuma and plant it onto innocent white people who are just getting on with their business, trying to do what they can for their families and for South Africa. Now, Bell Pottinger, a British company, was procured to then start this hatred towards white people, which has now escalated to this terrible breakdown of the country. We have had 35 murders of farmers in the last 8 weeks alone. It is absolutely ridiculous. And we are saying that Bell Pottinger is complicit in the breakdown. We say that there's blood on the hands of Bell Pottinger. And we say that a company that is British owned, run by British individuals that are white, that started a hatred against white, where we're still seeing this dialogue coming from this racist terrorist organization called the EFF, where they're talking about slitting the throat of whiteness. That means slitting your throats too, Britain. They want to slit the throats of your whiteness and your white privilege under the crown. I don't know what you think about that. I don't know how you feel about that. But this Bell Pottinger, this company that needs to be investigated, and we call for British investigation, we call for MI6 involvement, we call for MI5 involvement under the Crown as a representative company of the Crown to be shut down. And not only that, all their assets frozen and given back to South Africans who have paid the price for their terrible dialogue. That was an exercise to distract the populace of South Africa, to drive black hatred towards white people, so that Jacob Zuma would not be prosecuted, so that all the attention would be driven away from him and placed on another group of people. So you're complicit to that, Bell Pottinger. We hold you still accountable for that, and we call that the Crown and the British government will investigate them and shut them down, and also bring reparations to South Africa, particularly those people, including children, that are now, as a result, getting raped and murdered and tortured because of these people. You are disgusting. You are absolutely disgusting. We reject you and we demand justice for South Africa. We also ask for a little bit more vocalization from the British government. Mr. Boris Johnson, we ask for you to vocalize your disgust at this British representative company. We ask that you make a stand now. We ask that we hear some vocalization about the horrendous things that are going on in South Africa, that are also being further propagated by this violent organization, this terrorist, fascist organization called the EFF. Now, in 2015, Julius Malema, the head of the EFF, came to Chatham House in the Chatham House conference, where many British people succumbed to his speeches And they saw an idealistic opportunity to invest with the EFF and with the ANC. Now, the EFF is the militant arm of the ANC. So we now are compiling a list of every single British organisation and every single British individual that has gone into agreement with this terrorist organisation, wants to slit the throat of whiteness. That means slitting your throats too. And you are now party and support of fascism, terrorism. And we're now saying that blood is on your hands by financing an organization like that that is calling for the killing of people, particularly white farmers, that is calling for the breakdown of infrastructure and business within the country with a complicit ANC government. So we're now going to say to those British individuals and those corporates that have invested in the EFF or ANC, ANC is going to steal your money. They are a corrupt organization. They are full of thieves, murderers. They are full of rapists. Okay, the ANC will not reveal the names of some of the MSC members, particularly the MSC member of Mpumalanga, who raped his 2 8-year-old daughters. Yet he was protected from the limelight, was not exposed for his dealings, for what he did. These are the people that you are now endorsing and supporting. And they're going to steal your money. Your investment is not safe. Now, we are saying now, you've got till the 15th of March 2021 to either retract your investment from the EFF and any dealings that you've had with any corrupt individuals within the ANC. If there's been any bribery or any other illicit dealings whatsoever that you have been party to, we ask that you withdraw your finances and your investment immediately. Or you can divert it to the UIM, the United Independent Movement, that will protect your finances. That is an organization that is ethical, that is competent, and is very extremely knowledgeable in terms of business, entrepreneurship, and development. Your monies will then be handled responsibly. You will then be protected. But if you are going to continue to deal with the EFF, you'll be called out and you'll be named and shamed as an agreeable party to a terrorist organization. So let me put it like this. It's almost like you are helping to fund Hitler to drive the British back to Dunkirk. Or, similarly, it could be likened to you funding Stalin to invade Poland. This is what you're basically doing and what you're perpetuating and supporting. Now, maybe it was ignorance, don't know. But in Chatham House in 2015, many of you made a tie with the EFF and corrupt individuals that hate white people. That is a hate, racist, fascist organization tied with communists that are backed by China, actually. So we ask that you withdraw all your dealings with the EFF and that you now conduct a good business, good, honorable business within South Africa with a decent establishment, with a legitimate and righteous establishment, the UIM. We also ask that Boris Johnson and his party will then now support this. We ask further support from the Crown, Your Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, or a representative, Prince William, whoever represents the Crown in this matter. We ask that you bring public announcement and public apology to particularly the Afrikaners and the farmers, because particularly in light of the history associated with Britain, we're looking at in the Boer War. In order for the British Redcoats to defeat the Boers, they had to imprison their wives and their children in concentration camps. It was the British that started the concentration camps to break down the community of the Afrikaners under the Crown, under the endorsement of the Crown, Okay, and that basically was the only way that the British could defeat the Afrikaners, even though it was 20-1 odds. Now we're dealing with a situation where British people are again involved, and the Afrikaners particularly are getting hurt and damaged and having their livelihoods shattered because of this untoward and unacceptable behavior. We ask for righteous decision. Never again shall this happen. We ask that the British government and the Crown now make apologies to the farmers, to retract all associations from Bell Pottinger or any untoward alignment whatsoever that is seeing the destruction and breakdown of South Africa. You have a part to play. The question is, what are you going to do? What are you going to do to those British companies and individuals that have invested directly with the EFF or the ANC since 2015, when both organizations were filled with thugs, with racist haters that are deliberately trying to steal and corrupt other people? We ask that you retract. You have till the 15th of March. So beware the Ides of March. That's the deadline. Otherwise, you will lose your assets. You will lose your investments. Or you can start making the shift now to the UIM to uphold and uplift South Africa correctly and righteously with an integrated, racially integrated organization, one that seeks righteousness, justice, truth, that is not based on racism and hate, that is good for all South Africans. That is what we support, and we expect you, ACT International expects you to do the same. Public apology, please, on behalf of Bell Pottinger. Reparations made to South Africa and those affected. That means offering counseling, financial support, whatever is required to be able to make those reparations and to make the apology real on behalf of Bell Pottinger. And Bell Pottinger will be shut down in the UK as well. We will not stand and allow them to have their way. And Jacob Zuma needs to also go to jail. And we expect from the British government an endorsement of that and a public acknowledgement that he must be imprisoned. And anybody else associated with his corrupt party. We want full exposure and transparency regarding this government. We thank you for your support in this. We thank you for your understanding. But we need your action now. And this is a very serious situation. And it cannot be left and will not lie down. And we cannot allow it to. So please come and join us. Come and support us. And come and support the UIM in achieving what we need to achieve to build up South Africa and to protect it from China too, who is invading Africa and stealing. We need you. Beware the Ides of March. Thank you.